Hi everyone, this is Maryann here from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you wherever you are in the world? When you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Thank you as always. We always begin with a thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, and in any other way that you choose to or can support my work. Know that I am very grateful for everything that you do. All right, let's get started. Thank you very much for your comments on my last reading. I want to go, and particularly for the comments around the clairvoyance, I really get, I don't know, chuffed, a kick out of, whatever the word is, when you give me feedback on my clairvoyance. Because those images come to me randomly in the Civil War era and the corresponding with Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, allegedly, we don't know for sure, but apparently naming a Civil War era statute that he may charge the former President Trump under. All right, we've got a lot to cover today, so let's get started. On that, I just want to go back to probably about 18 months ago when I felt that Mitch McConnell would not, would have to resign for health concerns. It was quite, there's a difference between compassion, having compassion, and then, turning a blind eye. When Mitch McConnell, the leader of the US Senate, froze mid-sentence, obviously something was going on, whether it was a mini stroke or some other process. He had to be escorted or, out of the press conference. I felt compassion for that man. But about 18 months ago, we all knew his health was not good, and I just thought, no, he's going to have to resign. I don't know, 81, he's 81. The question is who replaces him, someone like the senator from Florida, Rick Scott, who wants to cut Social Security. There's always someone else waiting in the wings that wants to go to the right of far right in US politics, and indeed in politics all across the world. It's like a contest as to who can swing the furthest to the right, and it's absolutely nonsensical because you'll never win a general election like that. Okay, let's just get started, shall we? In America, there's a UFO hearing in Congress about whether or not there's three or a number of ex-military personnel suggesting or alleging or saying that the US has alien aircraft, formerly known as UFOs, now known as unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. In case anyone wants to pick me up on the UFOs, by the way, I'm not interested. Okay, we'll just call them UFOs or UAPs. You call them what you like, I'll call them what I like. Okay, so I want to know, are UAPs, UFOs/UFOs, are they actually, does the government actually have them? The remains of crafts and the remains of biological remains that may have been found in the craft? Does the government have those? We'll go there. Also, there's been a report out of one of the media outlets that China, and I can't place it, but suggesting that China is supplying weapons or some other aid to Russia, and has been throughout the invasion of Ukraine. I want to see whether that's the case, because really what you have then is Western allies supplying aid to Ukraine to fend off an invasion by Russia, and then you have China, who has its own imperialistic intentions with Taiwan, supplying aid to Russia, and so we get toward a no one wants war, but that's confrontational. Three of Wands, interesting. Waiting for one ship to come in, having done the work, observing and waiting for one ship to come in. Is that what China did? We'll ask. Is John Eastman, the lawyer friend of Ginny Thomas, going to be indicted? Apparently he was one of the attempted coup plotters, and he's apparently appealed to the DOJ as to why he should not be charged, indicted. So we'll see if he's one of Trump's inner circle, the lawyers, along with Sidney Powell. I'm pretty sure, yes, Sidney Powell's going to be indicted. The question is Ginny Thomas, who was mixed up in advising. She's a friend of Eastman's, and she was mixed up in advising I think it's the Michigan fake electors, who have, at the state level, are now facing charges. I'm just going to keep going until I work my way through the list. Okay, so I'm using the Cosmic Tarot here, which is one of my favourite decks. It's that one. All right, let's get centered into the zone and start off with UFOs. UFOs. Does the government, any government, well, specifically the US government, does the US government, why they would all land in America and not other places, I don't know, but it would follow that if the US government has this, then other governments may have the remnants of UFOs themselves. But let's just start with the US. Does the US government have the remains of alien aircraft? Okay, so what I'm seeing, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, is like a gorge in a V shape, and there's a facility as you go down that gorge. This could be where I'm not saying they do or they don't, but there's some kind of high-level intelligence work that goes on there. I think this has come up before in one of my readings, and I actually heard from a viewer whose father was stationed at one of these places, and my descriptions fitted her recollections of what her father told her. All right, let's have a look. Does the US government have remains of alien aircraft? Do they have remains of alien aircraft? They're certainly doing some kind of research. Now we get justice, and really that's what I saw. It was sort of like that. And then behind that was some kind of facility, very much between two gorges. Justice. Well, they've got a hearing going on at the moment. And we get the 10 of Cups, families, voter. It's my card for the voter. So what I'm seeing now is the public deserves to know if indeed governments have these things. Now we have the Lovers card. Relationships between people. And I am getting a draw to, I don't know why, but the Trump era as well. That's his major arcana card. We have the Devil card because the theory goes that if they do have this, they've been using some of the, or they could be experimenting using some of that technology for exploiting, if you want. But the Devil card is greed. It's attachment to greed. It can also be toxicity. We have the Eight of Swords in the sky, suggesting like there's a level of paranoia. I just want to give you this straight. There's a level of paranoia around this, and we get endings. Somebody's downfall. The end of an era. I'm going to say I don't feel like the government has been straight with us in either what they found in space, or what has fallen to the earth, or what that we're not getting the full picture. The Four of Swords, we get wounded, somebody wounded in battle, somebody retreating, somebody hurt, something not able to be resurrected. That is what I'm seeing in these cards. I want to play it, as I said, play it straight with you. The Ace of Cups, we get a lot of emotion around this water, perhaps craft coming down in water, and then a retrieval process. Haven't got to the outcome card yet. They've been sitting, I'm going to say pretty confidently, they've been sitting on some information. I'm just going to say that over the years, and we have the Queen of Swords as the outcome for stability purposes, because they didn't want to encourage fear. This could have been something that occurred a very long time ago. And there's something around what Trump did with that when he was the president. The Moon card, again, a real draw to the water, something coming to the surface. And the Eight of Pentacles, the work on it. I'm going to go out on a limb. 10 of Wands. They can't keep this. It's inevitable that the truth is emerging. I'm just going to go, and it's for money as well. There's a monetary aim here. I'm just going to say the government has not been straight with what they have found. There have been some kind of study or research facility here located in that canyon, as I said, very isolated area with, very heavily fortified. It could have been something they found down in the sea, underwater, and I'm just going to say there was a plan, a strategy, a plan to go with logic to prevent runaway fear. Prince of Wands, but there's movement coming very quickly here. I'm going to get a clarification. Show me that Queen of Swords, the Moon card, suggesting that something has been hidden, and we get the Government card. So I'm just going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say there is elements of truth to these, you call them whistleblowers, testimonies. Okay. All right, let's have a look at China supplying weapons or any other aid. All right, let's drill right down here. Okay, so I'm seeing boats. They could have been, and I don't know how. Well, they could. I'm just going to say they may have delivered aid over the seas to Russia in some way. I'm getting a feeling around. It's like mines or mine components. Via their navy, or surely intelligence would know that, pick that up. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Has China supplied Russia during the invasion of Ukraine? Has China supplied Russia with any sort of aid? I'm just getting boats, lot around the water and boats. Okay, so we get the Five of Cups, we get loss and 2 cups remaining. We get the Four of Cups again, disappointment, 3 cups lost and 1 remaining. Division and obstacles, the Five of Wands, division and obstacles. And really it kind of sums up the energy as I see it in a divided world. The King of Cups, Biden, is in the past here. And again, China, your enemy is my enemy type thing. China has been almost like in a Cold War with both Trump and Biden, with America. All right, for quite some time. We get Trump in the sky. Now we get Biden and Trump in the sky. During both of those presidencies. The Princess of Swords in the immediate future, information emerging. That is betrayal. That can be the spy. This can be spying as well. So any other aid, China could have been supplying Russia with intelligence about the West. Okay. 3 of Cups here, circles of support in the here and now. They're definitely a supporter. And now we get to the truth of the matter. It isn't just China, it's also the Arab states, Saudi Arabia in particular. There is this circle of support, and this is literally helping Russia build something. That's in the here and now, and this is money, supplying money to Russia. The Queen of Wands in the hopes and fears. Well, she's planning, strategizing. It's a plan, but it's in the hope and fears. It's a very motivated plan, and the Queen of Wands delivers a very motivated plan to create stability in some way. See, it's the opposite of our viewpoint. Eight of Wands, absolutely. In the outcome, we're going to hear about it as well, and Trump factors here in some way. And we get the Six of Cups, the past, and we get walking away from what no longer serves us. Five of Swords, abuse of power. And then we get the King of Wands. A lot of kings here, a lot of muscling around for dominance. Let's get a clarification. They have supplied, the Eight of Wands can be, it can be intelligence, communications of some sort in the past. Okay, the Princess of Cups, there you have it. She has a hand over something. We're going to find out. We're going to get more headlines on this. The extent of China's support of Russia is quite mind-boggling during this invasion of Ukraine. They have been trying to keep it secret, but it is going to come out. Okay, and we get strength, absolutely. Okay, so that's what we have here. So China's been aiding in the invasion of Ukraine. Let me just put it that way, as I see it through these cards. I hope the extent of what I see is, I hope I'm not right, because they've been giving Russia quite a bit of aid. All right, let's go to John Eastman. It's John Eastman stood up there on the ellipse, is it? I was going to say the ellipse, with his hat and his white coat on, or creamy coat on, looking very much, very confident, didn't he, on January the 6th? Good friend of Ginny Thomas. Okay. I'm just getting birds of a feather flock together. Of course, no one's guilty by association, let me make that clear. But both were advising, or trying to advise, or involved in at least the fake electors, and this, as far as John Eastman goes, trying to stop the certification, depriving people of their right to have their vote counted. All right. I just want to say Anya Jack Smith. Okay, who would have thought a Civil War era statue? Four of Pentacles, holding back information, insecurity. All right, John Eastman, not feeling so good at the moment. Are you going to be indicted on January the 6th charges? John Eastman, are you going to be indicted on January the 6th charges? The sun's light is going to fall on more than just one person. The Hermit card, review, investigation. Okay, and we get the Three of Cups. So again, I keep getting to the 3, and thank you to the viewer that said every time I said the 3. I get a draw to the 3, both in Georgia and elsewhere, 3 statutes that have been named. This is circles of support as well. Okay, let's go. Okay, justice is at the foundation of this reading. Do I need to go any further? 10 of Cups, the voter, depriving the voter of their right to have their vote being counted in the sky. We get the Victory card, 6 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, crossroads, decisions to be made. Of course, Eastman does have a chance now to tell all and cut a deal. The Magician card, manifestation. I'm just going to say, like Giuliani has done, the Emperor, the President, control. Six of Swords in the hopes and fears. He knows the trouble he's in, and we get the confirmation. My January the 6th card in the outcome, the Tower. Eastman is facing the Tower, and he will face at least one of those charges. Princess of Pentacles and the abuse of power. That abuse of power. Wow, it's over, the Death card. It's inevitable. Oh my goodness. And let me tell you, the King of Wands and the Lovers, let me tell you that people in Congress will be charged. It's just a question of when. Jack Smith is playing a very, very good game of chess here. Okay, and you know, it's like you land the big fish and those around the former president, and then you start to move then as the evidence keeps coming out. It's a very well thought out, layered process that Smith is running. Okay, peeling an onion, that's what I feel. That's what I feel. Okay, Sidney Powell, the release, the Kraken. Fool. None are so blind. Okay, Sydney Kraken. Sorry, I know it's terrible, but wasn't she on the on the extreme side? Sidney Powell, are you going to be indicted? Sidney Powell, are you going to be indicted? Sidney Powell. She's got a mix of arrogance there too. Maybe she hasn't flipped yet. Sidney Powell, are you going to be indicted? I'm feeling that she's not a major player here. The Princess of Swords, well, that's treasonous type of behaviour, and to undermine the security, the national security and stability here. Six of Swords, moving out of troubled waters. Princess of Pentacles is in the past. I wonder if she's received a target letter. We get hope in the sky. And we get the Nine of Pentacles here. Did she fundraise? Was she paid? Something about money being paid. There's the abuse of power. I don't feel she's like Eastman's the one he wants. He's got terrible cards. Queen of Wands, projects, passions, whatever. She was more so, I don't know if she was deluded, but she was certainly, Venezuela's conspiracies, Chavez, whatever his name is, the long dead person in South America. Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving help, and the Ten of Pentacles. So that's the outcome. There's something around, greed. Oh boy. There's for her, there's something, So it's like, yes, she will be, again with this depriving the voter. Five of Cups, loss. Three of Wands. It could be a matter of, time before she's indicted. But yes, there's something around what she did. It's like fraud, like allegedly she's innocent till she's proven guilty. This is only a tarot card reading for entertainment purposes only. But what she did had money attached to it. It's like a, I don't know what she was paid for her services, what she raked in. There's something around the money. It's like a fraud thing. Okay, let's go to the one you've been wanting, Ginny Thomas. The fake elector. It's like layers upon layers. The fake elector scheme. That would be conspiracy to commit fraud, wouldn't it? Something like that. Okay. Ginny Thomas. I feel that her lawyers are already talking with Smith. Ginny Thomas, are you going to be indicted? Ginny Thomas, are you going to be indicted? So this is why I think Clarence Thomas will just step down quietly and will go. out of the scene, and Biden will get another pick. Ginny Thomas, Supreme Court pick. By the way, I see eventually that SCOTUS is reformed, not by putting more justices on, but by ethical code of conduct, those sort of things. And that Biden, as I keep saying to you, gets a pick. Don't expect it. I can't give you a time frame. Some of my predictions don't show up for 18 months or so. Okay. Ginny Thomas, are you going to be indicted? I keep hearing no. All right, we get the Emperor, and the Queen of Swords. A plan here to keep Trump in power, to control. There's something around how do we retain control. We get Biden here at the foundation of the reading, or the DOJ. Merrick Garland, Eight of Swords, restriction. It's in the past. The Ten of Wands, heavy burdens to carry, taking on too much. There's a lot there that she and Clarence are facing. It's over. The end. The death card yet again. It's over. It's over again. It's over. The environment around is that Five of Wands partisanship. Two of Pentacles I've got ringing in my ear. Two of Pentacles, decisions, juggling. Can also be manipulation. I get the Fool card, new starts. It's a strong yes card. Princess of Swords, betrayal, and moderation. Okay, it's a complicated reading because I'm picking up Thomas leaving in here as well. The truth will emerge, holding back information, disappointment, and we get Trump here and the Chariot. Also her fundraising as well. She's implicated here, according to these cards, but I see somehow, as I said, them both going away. Show me this Fool. Will she be charged? Princess of Wands. She could face one charge. She could. That's why they could be talking. Oh yeah, the Tower card. And the sun, full illumination. The rays of the sun extend out a long way. She could be cutting some sort of deal, and part of that will cause Thomas to step down. He would no longer be tenable, and that's why he could leave. She could also be doing a deal, but still face one type of, I'm going to say, like a misdemeanor type of thing. Okay, all right, so where are we now? 28. Just want to go to the UK for a minute. In recent county elections, the Tories did poorly. Labor and the Liberal Democrats picked up those, did very well and picked up those counties formerly held by the Tories, I think. Okay, let's just take a look. Fast forward to the next election. I've always seen the Tories in free fall. I've always said that at the next election, neither Labor or Liberal Democrats will get enough to vote outright, to govern outright, and they form a coalition. Is this still the case? Will Labor and the Liberal Democrats form a coalition in the UK? So Labor would be the dominant partner. Liberal Democrats would make up the seats. We've had that situation in Australia, by the way. It's not impossible. Do Labor and the Liberal Democrats govern after the next election, general election in the UK? Is it a Labor? Is it a coalition? The lovers coming together. The world, the end of old cycles, beginning of new. Got the Seven of Cups, choices. It's not going to be without its drama. We got the Five of Swords in the past. I think that's like the Tories. There's just been so much there. And I'm weary for the UK as well. Boundaries, guardrails. The Ten of Pentacles, in the immediate future we get that's inheritance, it's donors, it can be big money. Queen of Wands, women, change, plans, highly motivated. Skill is in the environment, skill at managing the economy. Okay, so the Four of Wands, we get reunion in the hopes and fears, and the outcome is justice. Interesting. Always justice has the last say. A balancing of the scales, the Knight of Pentacles for sustainability and stability, and we have a woman here. I'm not sure who leads the Liberal Democrats, but we have women featuring here. The Empress card, abundance, and the Eight of Swords. Oh gosh, there's a lot of instability there, and it is around the economy. It's inevitable there will be a change of government, and justice will be done. Justice will be done. Show me this. Justice card, is this a... They're all yes cards, but there's boundaries and guardrails that need to... There's a lot of reform that needs to be done. Justice, show me this justice card. Princess of Pentacles, yeah, it's around the economy. The Tories will lose around their economic mismanagement, and we get stepping forward with renewed courage and control, maintaining control. The Emperor has all the four kings, and we get the Queen of Cups. So there's a male and a female, and I don't know. That's what I see governing at the next election, and it could well be a coalition between Labor and Liberal Democrats in the UK. There's a man and there's a woman there. That could be instrumental in governing at the next election. Okay, so like a team. Let's have a look at the last question with a little bit of levity. When all else fails, will Trump leave? Scarpa. His jet is doing odd things according to flight path plans. It's going out in the ocean, and I feel away from where they might be heard. And this is all part of this inciting type of violence, like these inciting division and chaos. So in chaos, Alabama is ignoring the Supreme Court. It's like Trump is trying to stir up as much physical as well as political trouble as he possibly can, and I wouldn't underestimate that. Certainly no insurrection can occur again. Biden's the president, and there'd be no way that could occur again. But there could be isolated but strategic things that might occur. Okay, so will Trump leave when all else fails, when it looks like he's going to be convicted? Well, he'd need to leave soon, doesn't he? But that would fit. That would fit with that. I keep getting the death card, the end of it. The end. Okay, for him. All right, will Trump flee the country when all else fails? Will Trump flee the country? Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. We get the Prince of Pentacles, sustainability, reliability, wish fulfillment. Three of Cups, circles of support, perhaps to the axis that I saw when he first got elected between Russia, Saudi Arabia, and who was the third one? It was Israel. Princess of Pentacles is in the past. Was it Israel? Anyway, I'd have to go back to that 2017 reading or 2018 reading. We get skill, Eight of Pentacles. He's working on it, perhaps. Pausing and suspending something. Retreat is in the here and now. and manipulation and manifestation is in the environment. The hopes and fears that he loses, that he's lost. But we get the Star card, hope, and the Chariot. You know what this is saying? We hope he will. In a way, we hope he will. And the Queen of Cups, because something coming out. Information coming out. Now, Chariot is travel. I think what this is saying is it's his final hope. So he has an intention of fleeing when all hope is lost. Is this correct? Is this a correct interpretation? Two of Swords, yeah. Is crossroads, decisions to make. And the Six of Wands, victory. If he's not victorious, perhaps. And we get the Five of Pentacles. If he loses, very much isolation here. That's always how I saw him, sort of like in exile. Somewhere. Could be with an ankle bracelet round his ankle. Okay, so interesting cards. A decision to make, victory and loss in those cards. The Hermit card and secrets. Isolation. Who does he have relationships with? We get a truth here and defending oneself and judgment and inevitability. I mean, all those classified documents, I've already said, yes, you've asked, did he sell them? I've already said that he did something with them. We get betrayal, divorce, separation, and a plan. So I'm going to say, two aces. I'm going to say he's deciding that he has an intention that he would leave the country when it looks like he fails. Huge reading. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye for now.